Hi, this is Angela Craig with My Humble Hook, and we are picking up where we left off from the first video, making Santa's mini Christmas stocking. So we left off on row 8 where we were single crocheting 17 stitches around down in this area right here. And I've gone ahead and completed to row 13. So I finished the 13 rows, and it does look a little short, a little squat. It does get bigger. We're going to make a couple more rows, but this is kind of the area where if you want to make it a little bit taller, you can. You can add as many rows as you like. If you want a tall, skinny one, go ahead and add another 5 or 6 rows. See how you like it. Totally up to your personal preference. I find the size in the pattern is really great for silverware. It goes about to the midpoint of the handle of your silverware, and it looks really pretty on your Christmas table. So anyway, continuing on, we're got row 14 now. I've slip stitched, I've chained one, I've pulled it a little tight, and I'm going to go ahead and single crochet 17 times around, slipping into that first stitch again, and then single crocheting around. So these are fun little stockings to make. They're kind of easy. The pattern's pretty repetitive once you get around the toe. And if you're off a stitch, when you get to the leg of it, I suppose you want to call it, this straight part, if you've miscounted, you can just go ahead and do a single crochet decrease and get your count back right on again. Or if you're short one, go ahead and increase, do 2 single crochets in 1 stitch. Do it at the back where the seam is and it's not as noticeable, and just continue on. No need to restart your work all over again. This kind of pattern is pretty forgiving when we make those kinds of mistakes. So here we are, 14 rows, and if it's still looking a little short, you can go ahead and stretch it up. It's kind of nice. You can do that with crochet, I think. And if you overstretch it, you can kind of spritz it with a little water, shrink it back to where it goes, and you're all set. All right, so now what we want to do that we've come around is we want to form the loop. And to do that, we're going to go ahead and chain 9 right where we are. I want to be clear, we're not slip stitching yet. We're still on that 17th single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We want a single crochet in the second chain from the loop, so it's kind of like starting a new project. It's tedious, it's slow, and you kind of have to pay attention not to twist that chain that you're working on. And you're going to get, I believe, 8 single crochets out of this. The initial single crochet in the second chain from the loop, plus 7 more. Basically, just single crochet until you get to that first chain right there. All right, so now we have this flag that we're going to turn into a loop, and we're going to do that. Let me take the hook out so I can show you. So there is our flag, and what we're going to do is we're just going to fold it in half. And the goal here is we're going to take our hook we are going to put our hook down here at the base, or just really anywhere, it really doesn't matter, and then somewhere in the middle of this first single crochet, catch a couple of strings at least for securement, and then just pull through and slip stitch. So now you have turned your flag into a loop. Then what we're going to do to secure this to the stocking is we are going to go ahead and slip stitch in this last section right there. And there you have it. There is your loop. Nice and easy. So now what I like to do is I like to tuck it right into my stocking and get it out of my way because I don't need it again. All right, now we're going to slip stitch like we have been into that first single crochet of our row, and chain 1 and single crochet 17 more times. I think it's always exciting to get towards the end of a project. This is where that sense of wonder is. You take this ball of yarn and you've turned it into something that's cute, it's functional, something made with your 2 hands, and you can make a dozen of these. And each one might be slightly different, which is okay too. Let me tuck that back in there. Single crochet, so that is 17 single crochets. And what I want to do is I want to keep that loop tucked in. I want to go over all this, and I want to slip stitch in that first single crochet again. And then before we fasten off, normally we would fasten off at this point, but one thing I've learned to keep my work from unraveling is to just chain 1, pull it super tight, and then fasten off. That is not going to go anywhere. So there you have it. You're all finished with the red. And now we can move on to the white. Doesn't look as short and squat. It's amazing what a couple of rows can do, huh? Alright, so now let's move on to the white. We're going to go ahead and tuck that back in because we really just don't need it. And now we'll switch our yarn out and go to white. So this is that white sparkle I was talking about. It's not going to be as easy to see with the white background, but you're going to get the idea, I think. So row 16, we're going to slip stitch where the loop is. And I like to go back a stitch just because there's a lot going on right in here. It's not an easy place to join. It's a little tight. So if I go back a stitch or two, then I'm kind of distributing the bulk, if you will. So there we go, chain 1. And then we are going to, surprise, surprise, single crochet 17. Let me pull that there. Now we can continue on, and you can see I'm holding both of the tails together and securing them. It's again more ends that don't need to be woven in, because no one ever said, oh please let me weave in more ends, right? All right, that is secure. Let me get that out of the way. And we're just going to keep going around. So I made about 48, 50 of these last winter for my craft shows, and I found it was much easier doing all the red parts first and then going back to do the white parts. The assembly line was much easier on my brain. I could really see my accomplishments that way. Alright, so slip stitch to join. Let me cut these tails out of the way. All right, so we are going to chain 1, but we're only going to single crochet around in the front loop only. So the first one's the toughest, but we're going to go single crochet front loop only. This will actually help the lace lay down properly, and it gives a nice finishing touch when we go back to single crochet in the back loop. But I promise we are almost done. As you can see, even going slowly for demonstration purposes. It's still going pretty fast. Almost coming around. I don't think the sparkle of the yarn is showing up so well, but it's catching the sunlight live. It's really quite pretty. Okay, so we're coming around to the end. And slip stitch to join. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain one. We're going to single crochet in that first chain just like we have been, but we're going to make the lace now. So we're going to chain two. And now we're going to double crochet in that same spot right there where the single crochet is. And now we're going to skip a stitch and single crochet. And what we're doing is we're creating this little scallop. I thought about doing a shell stitch at this point, which is a 5 double crochet, skipping 2 and continuing on. But honestly, it was so bulky that I wanted to come up with a way to make that pretty little lace or that scallop edge without adding all that extra bulk to the top of the stocking. And this is kind of a quick, easy way to create that same effect without all that extra bulk and without all the extra yarn. And if you want to skip 2, you can. Let me show you what it looks like in comparison. So we've done our double crochet. Now instead of skipping 1, you can skip 2, and it just makes for a shallower scallop. Let's see if I can show you. You fold it down. See how that's shallow, and these are a little more scallopy? I don't know, lack of a better word. So you can choose to do it however you like. Either one will work. You may be short a chain when you come around, that's okay, just make it work. Again, not a picky pattern. The beauty of accessories is they don't have to be exactly perfect, not like a garment, which when you skip around or make adjustments as you go, it may not get the fit you want. But these little pretty little things will always fit. Alright, and then at the end, I'm just going to slip stitch. I'm going to I'll just go ahead and slip stitch in here to fasten off. However, because I hate weaving ends, as I've mentioned a time or two, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to poke my hook in here and pull it through. So you can follow the pattern and you can fasten off and then slip stitch to do the back loop row, which is row 19. But I thought I wanted to see if this would work. So I'm bringing up a loop through the back. And now I'm going to slip stitch in this back loop. I don't know if you can, it's right here, right there. So I will go ahead and slip that just to tighten it up a little bit. And now I'm just going to single crochet in the back loop only. And this is going to be my row 19 of the pattern. So slight little modification. You can do it either way. You can even omit row 19 if you don't like it. Totally up to you. I personally find that it gives a nice finishing touch to the stocking and it makes the lace stand up just a little bit better. And then of course, if you're using it for tableware, it might get a little dirty. You can certainly wash this. It's machine washable. I would just lay them flat to dry though, even though you can pop this yarn in the dryer. Because of the metallic, I just don't know if it would melt or not. And I have a bad habit of restarting my dryer just to get things fresh and get kind of the wrinkles out. So that's my recommendation. Anyway, so now we're done with our 17. Slip stitch to join. Do our final little single crochet there, really tight. Weave in that end. So you can barely see where I brought the yarn up, and it kind of gets lost in the lace. But after that end is woven in, you have a cute little Christmas stocking. And I want to show you, here's another one that I made with different yarn, different metallic yarn. It's a little bit thicker, and this one I did not do the back loop only, and you can, oh, that black is really hard to see. But I think I might go back and add it just because it doesn't look as finished. But there, you can do it any color. Metallics come in all kinds of colors, all kinds of yarns, so enjoy. Have a great day.